Welcome to Critical, a Fast Tide production, and I'm your host, Uche Teresa Izuko. And today we have a special guest on our call-out session on Creativity&You. Please welcome Tom Blubaugh to the show. Tom has been a public speaker for over 40 years. He's also an author and the CEO at Christian Authors Community and Services. Tom is a literary strategist whose goal is to help you find useful strategies, advice, and expert resources to facilitate your publishing ideas and goals. Tom's speaking topics focuses upon his writing journey or how to develop an author platform, that is, reading community using social media and other tools. Tom is available to teach, train, encourage, and speak to your book club, homeschooling, communities, writing groups, and organizations. Tom is currently a readership building coach, working one-on-one with authors and writers in all aspects of the publishing arena, social media, and the readership building. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Tom Blubaugh to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for coming. And it's good to have you here. And we're going to have so much fun together here, talking about very useful information and insights about what you do, because what you do is unique. And we'd love to know more about how to tap into this creative and literary moment with you. So can you tell us more about the Christian Authors Community? I understand it is a safe harbor for authors to get the help they need with their work.
Yes, that's what I intend for it to be, Teresa. I'm 5 years into a 4-letter command from the Lord that said, start an online community.
Good.
And that seemed very simple.
Okay.
But wow, after 5 years, I'm still developing that. But it is a community of authors helping authors.
Right.
I published a book, my first novel, in 2011. I was 69, I think. And I had a small publisher, and he was coming in at the wrong time because Amazon had turned the world upside down as far as book marketing. And he had as much trouble getting my book in Christian bookstores
Okay.
as we have getting traditional publishers to read our manuscripts. So I thought to myself, okay, I've been an entrepreneur in marketing since 1969. I've been on the internet since 1997. I'll just go do it myself. In Proverbs 19:21, I found 2 days later, it says, in a man's heart are many ideas, part 2, but God's purpose will prevail. And I just kind of thought, Lord, is it that simple? And he said, yes, it is. Not easy, simple. And just you plan and I'll direct you. And that's what's been going on for 5 years. And now I have a community of Christian authors. I have what I call my dream team, which are experts in social media, SEO, website design, podcasting, editing, and all those things. And now authors can come into my community and they can talk to these experts with their questions. They can get help if they need it. They tell other authors what they're learning. Other authors share what they're learning. And it's great. So that's where we are after 5 years.
Wow, Tom, it's so inspiring to hear you say all this. And while you were talking, I was busy taking out the Bible verses, like authors supporting authors. So we're all in this together, and we will continue to guide, to support, and to direct one another. Thank you so much for sharing that, really. Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, let's go over to our next question here. So tell us, as an author, can you tell us more about your books, Okay, the thoughts for deep thinkers and curious space travelers, Knights of the Cossack, and the legend of the Ticklebugs. Who would like to know? Tell us more.
Oh, wow. I'm going to start with Night of the Cossack
Okay.
because I did not have a grandfather. Both of my grandfathers died before I was born.
Oh.
And so I didn't have that privilege of having that kind of powerful mentorship in my life.
Right.
And so what I did is I created my own grandfather to the story based on these 4 facts and wrote a book about him. And now my children and my grandchildren and great great grandchildren, if I have those,
Yeah,
will know who this man was.
that's right.
And it's because he was a pretty tremendous guy. Um, and strangely enough, excuse me, I seem to be a lot like him. So anyway, that was the first book. Okay, then the Ticklebug book, I had a granddaughter that whenever I'd go see her, we would play I'd tickle her. Ticklebugs are getting you.
Yeah.
And she'd laugh. And within 45 minutes, this whole story just rolled around in my mind. And I came in and sat down at the computer and I typed it out. And that's how that book happened.
You can proudly say that the Ticklebugs book was inspired by your granddaughter.
Yes,
Good.
yes. Things that happened in my life that were very traumatizing. I was sexually abused when I was 12 years old by a member of the clergy. And that put me on a downward spiral that I was a convicted felon at age 15. And at 18, I was totally out of control. I went into the Navy 2 weeks later, and I was not the same guy that graduated with a D minus at the very bottom of a high school class.
Right, yeah.
And they put me in leadership. I know there's things in there that people are going through that they don't know who to talk to because I went years like that. I didn't know who to talk to, how to deal with this anger and all this that was in me. And so I want people to know there's at least one guy in the world that's gone through some of what they're going through. And then I tell them I have survived all my bad days so far. And so you can survive all your bad days as well. But until I met Jesus Christ when I was 28, I didn't even know what questions to ask. So that's my 3 books.
Tom, honestly, I don't know what to say right now. To be honest, it's so much emotions going through my mind, going through my head, and thank you. Thank you so much for sharing this. Because
Thank you for letting me.
I know there are lots of people out there that can definitely draw some energy, some courage that you have actually displayed right now. Okay, it's not an easy thing to talk about, and it's not also easy to hold on to those angers over the years, but this is something that you have learned to live beyond these angers, found a way to deal with it, and see, look at you now, and come out a happy man. Okay, you're living your best life, you're fulfilling your passion, your dreams, your desires, and here you are talking to me today. It's amazing, Tom. It's amazing. And anyone out there listening or looking at you right now will see the goodness of God in your life, and I'm really really happy to have you on the show today. Thank you so much for sharing this, Tom.
Thank you.
We're still on the show Critical of Fast Tide Production, and I'm your host, Uche Teresa Izuko, and we're still on our call out session on Creativity and You. And today we do have a special guest here with us. Tom Blubaugh is our special guest. And Tom, you're still welcome to the show. Welcome. Welcome. Thank you. All right, let's go over to the next question here. So tell us, We would love to know more about the Genesis Project and also the Christian Book Club. I understand that the Christian Book Club is a family friendly literature, the best place for readers to find great family ebooks and paperbacks books as well. So tell us more.
Okay, I'll start with the Genesis site. That is a website that the Lord told me to put up in, I don't know what year that was, 2004 maybe. I was working with some homeless men in a men's shelter. And one thing I learned about homeless guys is they are brilliant. They're just on the wrong side of life. I became homeless in 1995 because of my childhood. Things just built up. And so the Lord let me experience that for a year and helped me to understand this world of homeless people, which is a tragic but fantastic world. As I was working with them, the thing that I knew is they go to libraries and they're very smart on the internet. Some of them very, very savvy.
Right.
And I thought, okay, so God said, put this website up on the internet. He says, I'm going to reach many people through it. And I said, how are you going to do that? And he very basically politely told me it was none of my business. And so I put that website up, and I know that it reaches a lot of countries. I don't hear very much from anybody.
Okay.
I just know that there are people that come from probably every country in the world to it. Then the Christian Book Club, that's a book site that purchased a couple years ago from a pastor who was trying to get Christian literature out.
Yep.
And it became too much for him. And so I took it over, and mainly it was for people to come advertise their books, Christians.
Mm-hmm.
But recently, I've changed it so it's only available to the members of my community.
Okay.
And they get to put all their books on there.
Okay.
And advertise no charge. And so I'm looking for readers because it's kind of a catch-22. You can't have authors without readers.
Yep.
You can't have readers without authors.
That's right.
And although authors are readers, I can't afford to buy every author's book in the world that's a Christian. So if I get on there and say, buy my book, buy my book, buy my book, then I figure they're all going to want me to buy their book.
Yeah.
And so
I think it's the best place to put your work or something that you were doing is out there in the internet, because you're not just limiting yourself to Christian authors in the US or Canada. You're actually reaching out to a lot of Christian authors all over the world who feel happy to become a member of the book club or the Christian author community as well, right? Yeah, so that's
yes,
that's really good. It's good. I like that initiative. It's real, it's genuine, and it's good. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing that with us, Tom. Thank you.
well,
All right, so let's go over to our next question here. So tell us, what's your next big creative idea? Where is the spirit guiding you next?
you know, I really didn't know the answer to that question until
Yeah.
you sent me, questions,
Mm-hmm.
and you made me think. And so I tell authors that God gave you your book for a reason,
That's right.
and He wants other people to read it. And getting your book on Amazon, yes, that's important, but you're on there with 12 million other books. So how's anybody going to find you in that sea of books and authors? So, okay, here comes the Christian Book Club site. Okay, that's how. Okay, because we will how can I say it? We will cross promote each other's books to each other's audiences. So my community has gone from, you know,
Yeah, from the embryo to the fetus to the baby and to
yeah, it's like the internet.
yeah,
It's like a huge squid with a million tentacles that just
exactly. Just spreading
reaches
its way
everywhere.
across the world. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. That's really good, Tom. It's good to know. And I tell you, there's no end to the. It's gonna keep coming and coming. Getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And it's gonna be something that every Christian author out there is talking about or
Right.
using or you know something they're actually part of. So it's really good. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing that with us, Tom. Thank
Thank you.
you. We're still on the show, Critical of Fast Light Production, and we have our special guest today on our call out session on Creativity and You. And today we do have Tom Blubaugh to the show. And for more videos like this, please subscribe to our channel. And Tom, you are still welcome to the show. Welcome.
Thank you.
All right. So Tom, tell us, as an inspirational speaker for over 40 years, 40 years, look at that. What word of inspiration do you have for your fans out there?
Well, there's 3 or 4 things that come to mind.
Okay.
Things that God has given me that seems to make a difference in people's
Okay.
thinking. One is what I used to tell the homeless men all the time is there is nothing you can do to change your past.
Right.
It is what it is. But by the grace of God, you can change your future. As long as you can breathe, there's still hope.
As long as there's life, there's hope. Yeah.
Yes. As long as you can breathe, there's still hope. Another one was that 1 second before you give your heart to Jesus Christ, this world is the very best that you would ever see. 1 second after, this world is the only hell you'll ever see.
So sometimes all the bad experiences, all the troubled life, and all those things in the past help to create balance for the future because it helps to reform, recreate, and makes us reborn in order to be part of our future. So for a man like you that have seen the good, bad, and ugly, there's a whole lot of experience that you already have which you're sharing with us today. Thank you so much for sharing that. All right, so tell us, Tom, how has your artistic inventiveness helped you to recreate your passion for literature, spirituality, and how has it aided in preserving your beliefs and Christian life?
I don't know. I think I've kind of lived that out during our talk here.
Good.
I'm 78 years old. It's hard to believe that I'm not that I don't look 78, but I mean, it's hard for me to believe that I'm that old. I read a long time ago that a person is more productive after the age of 50 than they are before. And I thought, I don't believe that.
Right.
But I do now because I, I, I can't think of one thing that I want to do that I haven't done. Love to travel.
That's good.
I can do what I'm doing anywhere in the world.
That's good.
It's a beautiful life.
That's the life, Tom. That's the life. Oh, wonderful. That is good. That's good to hear. Thank you so much. All right, so tell us, I'm sure a lot of people out there are eager to know more about what you do. How can we reach out to you for collaborations or partnerships? I'm sure you have a social media handle. We're all interested in getting to know you more.
Thank you. I can be reached. My email is tom at tomblubaugh.net.
Okay.
My website is authorscommunity.net. I am on LinkedIn. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me on Twitter, but I don't spend much time there.
Okay.
You and I met on LinkedIn.
That's right. All right, we're still on the show Critic Up of Farsight Production, and I'm your host, Uche Teresa Izuko. And this is our call-out session on creativity and you. And for more videos like this, subscribe to our channel. And today we have a special guest here with us, Tom Blubaugh. It's our special guest. And Tom, you're still welcome to the show. Welcome.
Thank you.
All right, Tom, this is the fun part, okay? Before I let you go, we're going to play our game together, okay?
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So now you have to choose either A or B or C. And when you choose, I will unravel what the question is and you will answer the question.
Okay, I learned in the Navy that if you didn't know the answer to a multiple choice question, always choose C.
Okay, so you choose C?
C.
Okay, let's do this. Okay, so what's in C? All right, now the question in C is, in life, what are the three most important things to you?
Oh, that's pretty easy.
Yeah,
My relationship with God,
okay,
my relationship with my wife and my family,
good.
and my relationship with my friends.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking right now? Are you curious to know what's in the other two?
I am curious.
Okay, I'm curious too. Let's do it. All right, so let's start with B, okay? So I had the B question was, what is your favorite inspirational quote?
There's one by Henry Ford
Okay.
that I'm going to paraphrase it. Some people think they can, some people think they can't, and they're both right.
I've never heard that before, but I love it. That's good. Thank you. And I had for A, what is your favorite Bible verse?
My favorite one is Ephesians 2:8-9.
I'm sure there's someone out there that really needs to hear all that you've said for words of encouragement, inspiration. And thank you so much. And yeah, do enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Tom. Thank you.